Good morning, hope you're going well. Today we have a few things to look at. A lot of the market is not looking very nice, not very structured. But there's a few things to look at today, so we'll go through my watch list. Unfortunately, no video again. I updated Zoom, still won't work. Have to work on that today. But we have our charts in front of us, which is what it's all about. And hopefully you can see that. Have a look, start with that video. Yeah, she went through the video. Okay, good. Start with euro pound. As you see, not too many on the list, but that's fine. We'll get one or two setups is all we really want. So euro pound, we'll start with the daily. So daily, we've had this level rejected up here. We've got plenty of bearish pressure towards the daily 20-50 zone. We kind of nudged the daily 20 here, as you can see. And maybe they'll put up a bit of resistance. So what do we have? The MACD, let's check the MACD first. It still looks okay. It's not the best, but it's still got some downward momentum, which is okay. Ideally, or the only way we can get a setup now is perfectly lined up with the fibs from this high here for an entry for CBO. CBO looks really good. If this is a complex pullback, ABC, back to the 382, hourly 50, 4-hour 50. Now euro pound won't set up for another 8 hours probably, so that gives it plenty of time to pull back, where the 1-hour 50 may have come down a bit. But we'll see how that looks in a few hours. You also notice here the daily pivot is here, which kind of pulled back already. So it's already done a 382 pullback of yesterday's run. So maybe that's all we get. But keep an eye on it anyway. And if that does pull back, that would be a nice one. Euro Kiwi. Doesn't look particularly exciting on the daily chart. The only thing I really like is that we've got kind of upward momentum and then a pullback, and with that low test candle there, which looks quite interesting to the daily 20-50 zone, looking like it might be going up. What does the hourly chart give us? Well, this looks a bit better. Still not great, still kind of sideways and a bit unstructured, but pullback to the daily 20 was firmly rejected, and then pulled through the 4-hour 50. And now if it does put up a bit higher, then we can get a pullback with ACBB actually. ACBB, because the 4-hour 50 is behind us. Same as an IBO in effect. We need to pull up to here first, to here, then pull back for a nice entry. We can play up to these highs. So that looks possible. We're already up here. We'll just see how that looks in a few hours' time. Pound Aussie. And Aussie, we've got some. Let's go down here, shouldn't it? So we've got some rejection of this level here, heading up towards the day 20-50 zone. Bit of bullish pressure. Not the best, but we do have some. MACD, since this pullback here, it's kind of double topping the same high, so it's losing momentum. Should it pull back to here? The CBO looks good, and if it does pull back, then the CBO for 4-hour 50, 1-hour 50 retest, and the 382 as well line up pretty well. Will it pull back that far and then go back up again? That's a big question. Elliott wave 1, 2, 3, 4 is the pullback, and 5 is our trade. So it looks okay. Not too excited by it, but yeah, it looks okay. Pound Swiss. Pound Swiss, we've had rejection of this level. Let's just pick it up a little bit. So we've got this level here, rejected again. Bullish day yesterday, looks for that to continue today. Looks okay. On the 1-hour chart, we have a Break at the 1 hour 50, almost got the 4 hour 50, then it started to pull back. And they started to go higher again, but we'll see. If it does pull back down to 382, pound Swiss, another 8 hours away before the setup. So in that time, it will go from here, mess around a bit, come back here in about 8 hours. 1 hour 50 would have caught up. And you can then play it up to 30.50. So the fib will then line up with the run from this low here to this high, so 382, line up with where the 1 hour 50 will probably be in 8 hours. So that it's worth keeping an eye on, that may play out, we'll see. Pound is doing some good stuff, thankfully, because not much else is. This one, pound yen. The yen's not doing much, but the pound is definitely gaining some strength. So we've got last couple of days have been bullish. Do we have anything on here? Well, we've got a break of this is one I identified yesterday, I think, and he did pull back for an entry, and it's looking pretty good, apart from we had a big spike thing happen here. Whether that happened on the real market or that was just, so I think it actually went on, oh, it doesn't matter, but I think as a 1 minute, that was a 1 minute spike, so anyway, if you were in it, probably would have taken you out, which would be very frustrating. But now we're looking for a CBO. So we've got a break of the 4 hour 50s, take the daily 20. The fib lines up, quite a few choices of fib. This one here lines up okay from this low here. It's okay, it's not the best of fib. Look at the 4 hour. Is it really giving us a low? I can see my fib now. Is it just too skinny? Let's done that. See it this time for an hour. Oh, there it is. Okay, so from this low here, which isn't the best, not the best. The best one really is down here. In which case, it's a fair way away from our. It's not too bad. It's okay actually. If it did stay at that high. If you go higher, that'd be clearer. Then the fib would line up better. We'll see how it goes. If it does stay that high, then it's not great. But if you do get a wick down to 382, and the 1 hour 50 and 4 hour 50 lining up pretty well, then that could still be a pretty good trade. And of course, we need to bring this down here. The entry could be about here somewhere, and there's still a couple % up to the daily 50. So that's a good possibility. We'll see how that looks in a few hours' time, if and when we get a pullback. Kiwi Swiss. Bearish action and then a bullish day yesterday. Is this level anything? It's okay. Kind of bounced off it there. You can go back. It's not really much at this level for going back. So it's not the best of DDP. And for the only thing I really liked about this one was this 1 hour candle it's putting in. But it was on very low volume, so don't hold it so much. So the run from the lows to the 1 hour 50, pull back, nice IBOB, because the 4 hour chart will not have shown a change of trend. IBOB, so pull back to the 382 and the 1 hour 50, pretty good, nice little low test candle. Entering about now, and very soon when the volume comes back in about half an hour. And that could be a trade. Kiwi Swiss, so that could be okay. Could be okay this time of day. Possible, not the prettiest, not the best, but it's an option. And EuroCAD, rejection of daily 50, 2 bullish days, breaking out of the daily 20-50 zone, so that's looking okay. We probably should be looking for the strength of this level as well, if it does tie in with anything else historically, and nothing particularly obvious. Is there lots of noise around this level? Anyway, check that out. Fact is, though, we do have 2 bullish days, so that's looking okay. and we're waiting for it. Well, this is the entry we had yesterday, which I did actually talk about, and it did give us an entry, and you still be in the trade and looking pretty good. But now we need, for the next trade, we need to see a break off the 4-hour 50. Need to go quite that high, but up here somewhere. Pull back to the 4-hour 50, 1-hour 50 catching up. You're okay at 8 hours. Lots of work to do, but if should it pull up there, we can have that entry there. Not sure why that's still there. We'll move this over here somewhere. Does go up to there, and we can do it from these lows here. So that's 282 would line up. The 1-hour 50 can catch up. So worth keeping an eye on. And that's all I really have for you. There's a few, not great. It's a Friday. Maybe they say it's a good day to have a day off if you need a long weekend and this is your living. But anyway, so there's a few things to keep an eye on. I wish you all the best of the markets. Have a great weekend, and I will catch you on Monday, hopefully with my camera working. We'll have to see. All right, take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.